Okay, well, we're going to work on coordinating your care. Okay? Like I said, I haven't been here for the last couple of weeks. But I missed you guys. It's always a pleasure to teach you guys. So, let's talk about this. Let's talk about coordinated care. Who advocates for themselves? Okay? That's important. To advocate for yourself is very, very important. Kind of coordinating your care is part of advocating for yourself. One thing I do is I stay on top of my appointments. I don't have a case manager or anything, so I'm not under that realm. I'm pretty much independent as far as my mental health is concerned. So I have to stay on top of it. I don't have anybody to make sure my well-being is intact. I have to coordinate everything myself. So with my psychiatrist, with my psychologist, with my medical doctor, all three of those are in the loop. So one coordinates with the other. When I have something physically wrong with me, my mental doctor wants to know about it because it can actually aid in my depression. So I have to physically make sure I'm okay because again, it messes with you emotionally. And when you're emotionally hurting or not feeling well, it causes physical symptoms. So they're kind of intertwined. So it's nice to have your medical doctor and your psychologist or psychiatrist kind of keep informed with each other. Your medical doctor needs to be in tune with your mental health doctor. Again, when one is in effect, both of them are in effect because they're intertwined. You become to get physical symptoms when you're under a mental strain. One of the things that I face is fatigue. When I'm in physically, when I'm in a mental state, fatigue could be one of the side effects of me being in a mental state. So I have to be careful and I have to monitor things. We always talk about knowing ourselves, knowing our bodies, knowing the effects of the medication that we take. All that is important. From the medicine that I take, I know what my side effects are. I know exactly what it does for me, what it doesn't do for me, and I have to let my doctor know. If there's an issue, then we have to change medications. Going through anxiety. Going through anxiety is tough for me. And I've actually been going through anxiety over the last couple of months. So you have to adjust your medicines. Maybe I needed something a little stronger. That has to be determined by a doctor. And me and my doctor came to the conclusion that maybe something stronger would be best. So when you're in a crisis, like I was in, you have to speak with your doctor and you have to come up with a treatment plan that's going to actually work for you. So it's not a direct science. This sometimes is trial and error. So sometimes you have to go through some changes before you actually find a medication that works for you. So I've been a part of that experiment. Let's try this drug, and this drug didn't accomplish the mission, so I had to go to another drug. And that's okay. It's not a direct science. Sometimes it is trial and error. We have to know that. So I actually know one or two medications that I've taken before that would be ineffective if I took now. And my doctor always asks me, well, what medicines have you taken before? I think you need to know that. You need to know exactly what meds you took before the meds that you're on now. and kind of remember exactly what the med done for you, what it didn't do, side effects. We should know all these things. I want you to know exactly what these medications do to you and do for you. Okay, Tony. I'm just kidding. Okay, Tony. No, I'm just kidding. John, go ahead.
I take, if you don't mind me sharing this with you.
It's up to you if you want to share.
I do an injection.
Okay.
Medicine, you know what that is?
Yes, we do.
Okay. I just want to make sure everybody knew that.
Okay.
What if you don't know the side effects of the injection?
You should. Your doctor should know. But this is about you learning about yourself.
Okay.
This is about you, John, knowing what to expect when he get his dose. You have to know what to expect, what it does for you.
I know what it does for me. I just don't know the side effects.
You should know that.
Okay.
You should make sure and take the time to learn. Speak with your doctor.
Okay.
Ask them what the side effects are, and then you two together can kind of go over what does happen when you get your medication. What does happen? What are some of the things that can be expected from the medicine? You should know. And then you should know from what he tell you exactly what is going on. So I think it's important for us to know these things.
One thing I like to do too is write down what I want to discuss with my doctor before I go in, because I know sometimes when you're there you're like, oh, I only have 15 minutes, let me spill everything.
Okay,
and you forget.
Absolutely.
You forget the things that you really want to touch base on, then you got to wait another month or 3 months or whatever it is. So
Yeah.
it's really important to maybe write that down beforehand.
We've talked about that.
Yes, we have.
We've talked about that, absolutely, actually. And that's one of the things that I want to reiterate. Thank you for sharing that. That's another thing that I want to reiterate to you. Exactly. I couldn't have said it any better. I couldn't have said it any better. It's up to you. This is you coordinating your care. You have case managers. I think having a case manager is a good thing. I do. I personally don't want one. I think I'm functional enough, even when I'm in my depression or in my anxiety. I think I'm still functional enough to balance a checkbook or provide for myself, clean up myself, and although I don't, although I haven't washed dishes in a week, I am capable of doing it. I am capable. Whether or not I do it is a question. Yes.
Oh, yeah. When I got, I was supposed, okay. When my therapist,
Mm-hmm.
oh yeah. When I went to the psychiatrist, he recommended, he ran a prescription for me to help with my thoughts.
Okay.
And when I take it every night, it made me lightheaded.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Lightheaded, you mean, yeah.
Yeah.
It was drowsy. Made me go to sleep, but it's working.
Okay, it is working.
And I was gonna write down how I should discuss with my therapist
Mm-hmm.
my mental health.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Do you advocate for yourself? Do you
Advocate.
have a case manager, or
Yes,
you do have a case manager? And that's nice to have. It's nice to have somebody looking after your well-being.
In fact, I have 2 case managers.
Okay.
Wait. The one is Melina peer supporter,
Okay.
and the other is a young lady who goes by the name Alicia with an O.
Okay. Okay. Are you satisfied with the service they provide you?
Yeah.
You are?
Yes.
Okay. That's important too. Your case manager. I know he has a lot on his plate and
Is it okay to
Oh, absolutely.
have two case managers?
absolutely, absolutely. Anything that involves your welfare that enhances it, absolutely. I don't have a case manager, so I don't know what that's like. But again, it has to be nice to have somebody else looking after, making sure you get to your appointments and making sure your checkbook is reconciled or your rent is paid. Sometimes we need that. Sometimes we need that, and don't feel ashamed if you do have that. That's part of life. That is part of life. Respectfully, that the VA allowed me to be my own was very nice of them to do, because they could have just as well made me get a payee. They could have just as well made me do it. They didn't, and I'm thankful for that, because again, I can pretty much function. I still go through my issues. That's never going to change. I have the tools to work through it, but it's always going to be there. Again, here, we don't cure you here. We give you the tools necessary in order for you to combat or deal with. This is information. This is about information that you learn that you can take to your doctor. I want everybody to sit down and write out exactly what questions you're going to ask your doctor. When is your next appointment? When is your next appointment?
What for? The shot?
Anything.
Probably next month.
Next month?
Yeah.
Okay. You have an idea of what you're going to ask your doctor?
Yeah, probably same thing.
Yeah, you don't have to, don't say it out loud. I'm just saying,
Yeah.
do you have ideas of what you're going to ask your
Yeah.
doctor? Okay. Did you write them down?
No.
You got to write them down, because if I don't write them down, I'll get in there and be like, I'm supposed to ask you something, and it just escapes me until I leave. I have one service though that you guys may not have. VA, we have what's called secure messaging, where if you send a message to your provider, the charge nurse will get it the same day. They'll give it to the doctor, and the doctor will respond within 24 to 48 hours. So I can actually get a message to my doctor, and my doctor will receive my message within 24 hours. I absolutely love that. When I was going through my issue, and I needed to speak to my doctor, I needed her to know exactly what was going on. I couldn't wait till my next appointment to share what was going on with me. I needed her to know immediately, and I needed some advice on what to do immediately. So I got that. So I hats off to the VA for having such a wonderful program. So another tool for me to use. I'm on a telehealth line. They call me every morning at 7 o'clock. They ask me what my mood is for the day. All I have to do is go from 1 to 5. 1 being happiest, 5 being sad. So I'll key in what my mood is. It'll ask me what my weight is, and I key in what my weight is. Because it keeps track. It keeps track of how I'm feeling, how my weight is, and it gives me information about the depression that I'm dealing with, or the issue that I'm dealing with for that day. It gives you the information that you need. Okay? So, any questions? Any questions? Yes, Dee Dee?
I'm still having issues with my case manager, but people won't listen to me. I've called the supervisor, I've called the client rights. Chris has been trying to get hold of somebody over there and they won't respond. So, and my case manager, by the doctor's orders, are supposed to meet me once a week and assist me with housing issues. She's done none of that.
Okay. We're going to have to find an avenue for you. We're going to definitely have to find some way in order to get this taken care of. Because this has been going on a while. And you're in need for a service, and you should be able to get that service. So we're going to talk to Chris and find out exactly if we have to go even further. We're not going to stop until we find a solution for your issue. So I'll get with Chris after class and we'll strategize. Hey, I don't know what we're going to do, but we're going to do something. We're going to do something. Larry.
Is a treatment plan the same as an action plan?
Yes, in a sense. Both of them lay out a roadmap of the destination you're trying to get to. I don't see a big difference in the two. I'm sure there are differences, but I think it's basically around the same thing. So I think both of them are necessary. So, okay. Okay, you gonna join us or you gonna read the paper? Come on, join us. Put that down. Put that down. There we go. All right. So,
I want to read.
I know you did, but like I said, I like for class participation. I want everybody to participate, whether you want to or not. Okay. I didn't pass out any handouts today, which is what I usually do. But I'm just going to go from the book, and then we're going to discuss. So we're going to do discussions today. We're going to do goals today. So I want everybody, while I'm reading or going over these bullets, I want you to think about what your one-day goal is. I want you to think about what your one-week goal is going to be. And I ask you this because you're going to be doing break week. And you know you have to do your 3 goals during break week, correct? This is giving you a roadmap. This is giving you ideas. If you look at every week, the goal that you made for yourself, you can combine those goals. You can come to a conclusion about the goals that you've already made. And enhance them. Go further. Just because I lost the amount of weight that I wanted to lose, doesn't mean I'm going to stop there. Doesn't mean that that's not a goal for me. The goal now is to take it even further. So, that goal hasn't changed for me. I just enhanced it. I just made it, I'm making it better. So, I want you to think about your one-day goal, because I'm going to ask around 11:15, and I'm going to ask you for a one-week goal. Okay, so you have until 11:15 to think about it. You can write it down, or you can remember it. It's up to you. Okay. Knowing your resources. Each community has its own unique set of mental health services available, either through private practice or community mental health centers. You may have to use these services in the past, or you may be new to the system. Either way, it's important for you to begin and understand the types of services that are offered in the community and who might be able to help you achieve your personal recovery goals. Does anybody have a community-based mental health that they use? Everybody have private?
Oh.
Besides here?
Oh.
GCB.
GCB, okay. Anybody else? You with GCB as well?
Yeah.
You? Okay. You too. What about you?
No, I'm not with GCB.
You're not with GCB? Okay. What about you, Ms. Cece? What about you? You're not with GCB? Okay. Maybe the Talbot House. Okay. Okay. So, these are community-based programs. These programs can really get you the help you need. They're not going to just throw it at you. A closed mouth never get fed. You have to go in and ask for these services. Again, this is about advocating for yourself. I went through years without taking medication, without therapy. I went through years of that. I didn't know about the VA at a certain point. I was working, so I had private insurance. I've always had the private insurance until I got sick enough to where I couldn't work. I didn't have any medical insurance. So I was praying every day that nothing went wrong. My mental health was going wrong. And I was falling deeper and deeper, only because I wasn't on medication. It wasn't until I found out about the services that the VA offered. I was in heaven. And I've had medical coverage ever since. VA pays 100% of all my medical, to include prescriptions, to include mental health. The VA takes care of everything for me. And I'm very, very thankful that I have that. I have Medicaid through Social Security as well. I've never used it. The VA is my saving grace. That's where I go get all my procedures done, my physical and mental. They keep up with all that. Electronic records allow them to share the information from one doctor to another doctor. Again, my physical doctor, my medical doctor, knows what's going on in my psychological world, because that's important. It's important for my medical doctor to know what medications I'm taking, so it won't cause interaction. So everything works together. You have to stay on top of all your medical. It's all intertwined. Okay? Who has control over their medical and physical? You do. Give me something that, how do you approach advocating for both?
Well, I'll talk to my primary care physician about my mental issues as well, because he's in the loop about it. He needs to stay in the loop about it. He knows which doctor I see. He knows, and they both can communicate through my chart.
Right, absolutely, absolutely.
That's a tool for them to stay in the loop about my health, but I'm also part of that puzzle as well, because I'm going to communicate to both of them what's going on with my physical and mental health and emotional.
Okay. Let me ask you a question. How much do you seek as far as information is concerned from your doctor? Give me something that you want to ask your doctor. Not anything personal. Give me a question that you want to ask your doctor next time you see him.
I want to ask him more about the side effects and possible side effects of my medication. And,
Okay.
It's personal, but I don't mind talking about it.
Don't be personal. Just
okay.
just be kind of,
Well,
gotta give us an idea, but not the actual call.
I just want to talk about possible other options to find different routes for therapy.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. Try new things. Who tries new things as far as their mental illness is concerned? Who's made a change? What change did you make so in the last, let's say, couple of months?
Well, it was more than that. It was like this past summer. I started seeing a new therapist with his office. So.
Okay. How's he working for you?
She's
Better?
working great.
Okay.
Yeah. She's better than any therapist I've seen there before, besides the one that already left his office. So.
Okay, gotcha. I had a doctor change. I've been with Dr. O'Neill for maybe about a year now, and it was strange. And even my medical doctor, I had to change medical doctors maybe about 2 months ago. So now I have two doctors now that I'm trying to get to know, that's trying to get to know me as well. They know what's in my chart, but the best evidence is for them to actually talk to you, and you answer questions and determine what's going on with you. They can come to a conclusion with that. You have to be honest. Have to let them know exactly what's going on. Everything. You can't be shy with your doctor. Your doctor should know everything. How you feel, what you're feeling, why you're feeling that way. My doctor knows all that. My doctor understands why I'm going through my struggle right now. My doctor knows that. And my doctor is helping me find solutions in order for me to battle this and get past it. I think that's wonderful. Thinks that that's the type of doctor we all need. A therapist talk to me, and make me face things. You have to face these. You have to face your issues. They're not going to go away by themselves. You have to face your issues. Coming into contact. Let me tell you a quick story, and then I'm going to open up the floor for everybody, because I want everybody to open their mouths and wake up and all those good things. So this story, it's a fictional story, but it just brings life to me every time I hear it, read it, or tell it. There was a guy who was trying to find his way home, and he couldn't. He was on, let's take this back to maybe the 1800s. He was on a horse and buggy, and he rode that horse and buggy down the street and asked the first person he saw, can you tell me how to get home? And the person told me, well, if you go straight down this way, make a left at the palm tree, go straight for a mile, and then make a left. So he did all this, and he still couldn't find his way. So he asked the next person. Next person said, well, if you go across the bridge, make a right and go down the hall, that'll take you home. So he did that. He did exactly that. Then he asked a third person because he couldn't find it. And the third person said, well, if you do this, go here, do that, you'll find your way home. Okay, so he did it. Still couldn't find his way home. And then he noticed, as he was riding along this horse and buggy, somebody was following him. Somebody was behind him. He was afraid. He didn't know who was behind him or why they were following him. So he kept going. He sped up. He went faster. He went faster. And he went faster. To no avail, because that monster that was following him was still behind him. He couldn't get away. He couldn't get away from this monster. So he decided that the only way to get through this is I had to confront this monster. So he was afraid. He was very afraid. He stopped. The monster stopped. He turned around. He headed towards the monster. He couldn't see the monster because it was so dark. Then a flash of lightning flashed, and he got to see the monster's face. And he said, I'm not afraid of you anymore. I had to face you, so I faced you. Now I've gotten back what I've lost. The fear is gone. The want to carry on is there now because I faced my fears. So he got in this horse and buggy, and he went the direction that the last man told him, and he found his way home. He finally found his way home because what? He faced his fears. He faced them. He looked at them. He looked them in the eye, and he faced his fears. Okay? That's not the end of the story, though. What is the end of the story? Well, the end of the story is when he was on that bridge, and the lightning struck, and he was able to look into the monster's eyes. That monster was him. That monster was him. That monster had been following him his whole life. And the only way to find your way home is to face that monster. And usually that monster is us. That's the moral of the story. Is that in order for you to get through recovery, you have to face that monster. And in the process of facing that monster, you're going to see a lot of yourself in this monster. Only way to get through it is to face it. Who's strong enough to face their monster? I am. I had to turn around and look back and see what was following me. I had to look back and see what was chasing me. And I looked back and I saw it was me. all this time. Who knew? I didn't. I didn't know it was me. I didn't know I was the root of my own evil. I didn't know that.
Oh,
Okay? But I had to face it. And I found out that I was the root. Come on, let me hear from you.
I
Come on.
don't know.
You don't know?
No.
Okay. What do you fear?
Well, people that ain't got good looks.
Okay. Yeah, you know.
I need to try to touch me or something, you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you don't like to be engaged too
No,
closely.
no.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
But that's something that you can look to get over.
Yeah.
In the case of, let's say, intimacy.
Yeah.
What if someone wants to hug you?
Yeah.
Or, you know, find you physically attractive and wants to get close?
Yeah, now they be attractive enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, are you gonna shun them just because you don't like to be touched?
I didn't say that.
Okay, I'm just saying.
Okay.
That's a fear that you have to face.
Yeah.
That's a fear that you have to face. Embracing somebody just to, and you know I make y'all tell everybody at least once that you love them.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna suggest that again today. So, you have to face that. Okay, Miss Cece, give me something you fear. What are you afraid of that you need to face? About yourself. Not spiders,
Oh, yeah.
not, you know, not a dragon or anything like that. Happiness. What do you think is keeping you? What fear is keeping you from being happy?
I think I feel that I don't deserve happiness.
Okay, that's powerful. That's powerful. And you do. You do deserve happiness. We all do. It's what God gave us. We all supposed to feel joy. Okay? So we have to face that fear. We have to reiterate to ourselves that I am deserving. And, you know, that's part of life. I do deserve love and happiness and all those good things, companionship and all. You do deserve it. So we have to change our thinking. And in order to face that monster, look around and see what's behind you and see if that monster can be contained. What about you? Nothing? No issues, no problems, everything's perfect and there's no monsters or no fear, no nothing.
It's gotta be a monster.
There's gotta be a monster back there somewhere. All is good. Okay, we'll come back to you, okay? We'll let you think about it. Yeah, we coming back to you.
If I wake up in the morning, I'm good.
Absolutely, absolutely. And there's no fear behind that. That's where I want you to be. I want you to want to wake up every morning. Like me. I can't wait to get out of bed and get my coffee and face the day. Even though it was gloomy and snowy and cold and wet, I still look forward to facing every day. Every day is a new adventure to me. So, I like facing new adventures. What about you?
I think I'm afraid of success in my career.
Okay.
I think I'm not capable, or I think I self-sabotage because
What can we do to fix that?
I need to start heading down a career path where there's actually more growth.
Mm-hmm.
And
Okay.
I'm working on that here.
Okay, all right. So, you know, I think sometimes we feel like we don't give, but all you have to do is do your best. That's all that's required of us, is to do our best. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not enough. But as long as we do our best, we should be satisfied with that. So, just do your best. Believe that you're doing your best. And your best have to be good enough. Or it is time for you to move on. So, okay? Believe in yourself. I believe in you.
Thank you.
All right, Larry. Mr. Sleepy over there. I know. Give me something that you need to face, something that you fear.
What I do fear is that I resigned from a job because of my illness.
Right?
Yeah, I know, another person working for Bang was about him, and starting to be sick lately,
Mhm.
my asthma and everything.
So your health.
Anxiety, my health. that's
Okay.
correct.
What we gonna do about that?
I have to I always let those doctors know about that.
Absolutely, absolutely. You have coordinated care as far as what's going on with you?
Yes.
Okay, absolutely. One doctor knows exactly what the other doctor knows, so everybody's coordinated in your care, correct?
That's correct.
That's-
I have a case manager, I have a therapist, I
Okay,
have a psychiatrist, and I also have a medical doctor as well.
Absolutely.
A couple medical doctors.
absolutely. And make sure that they all coordinate your care. It's about Larry. This ain't about them. This is about them providing you with the best service that they possibly can.
Yeah.
Okay?
Oh, God.
Come on, John. But what you got?
I'm afraid for advocating for myself.
Why? Okay.
I'm self-conscious.
What is it that scares you about yourself?
Everything.
Okay. Like what?
I don't know, like everything's scared. Like everybody keeps telling me that I have a good head on my shoulder.
You got a great head on your shoulder. You're very friendly. You're very well liked. Everybody appreciates you.
I know I'm good at
you-
helping out people, but sometimes I don't. I think I don't deserve it.
You are a ray of sunshine every time I see you.
Thank you.
You're always in a great mood. And you have to take those strengths. Those are strengths. And you have to live with those strengths. That's what you should be telling yourself.
Okay.
Not the opposite. Not that I don't deserve it or I'm not worthy and all that. Those are the thoughts you have to purge and get rid of.
Okay.
These are the thoughts, the new thoughts are the thoughts that we concentrate and we work on. We take our strength for granted. We take those for granted. We forget about them. We don't let them shine,
Is
and
it
we should.
normal for
Huh?
somebody to feel the way I feel sometimes?
You have to make yourself feel like that. It ain't going, I can't make you feel joy.
I know.
That's
I know
within
that.
yourself.
I know that.
Okay, so you have to face that monster. You have to turn around and look. You have to turn around and look John in the eyes and say, these are my strengths. These are the strengths that I'm going to live by. So, having said that, that's what you need to focus on.
Okay.
Stop focusing on everything that's bad about you. Focus on the things that's good about you. You know those things. Write those things down. Read them every day and apply them every day.
Okay.
Okay? All right, what about you?
Thank you, Ernest.
Oh my gosh.
Come on, talk to me. Talk to me.
I'm afraid of my fear is coming out
Coming out.
as a bisexual.
Okay, all right. That's nothing to be ashamed of. Everybody respects.
Afraid that people might think of me.
Uh-huh.
What I should be strong enough to handle that, but I couldn't.
Okay.
I don't know how.
Yes.
It's,
That's what you're here for. We're going to teach you how. We're going to show you how. We're going to give you the tools that you need in order for you to actually believe in yourself, that you're worthy and you.
and stop telling me. People keep telling me how to live my life.
Okay? Take control.
They're,
Can you say no?
huh?
Can you say no?
I would try to.
Let me say no.
No.
Okay.
That was a powerful no.
That's a
Right.
powerful no. That was, you shook me up with that no.
I am here.
Okay. You have to come up with that plan. Do you remember the 3 goals that you made in there with Deborah?
Dang.
Okay, you don't have to remember. Okay, because I'll actually go get the goals and I'll sit down with you and we'll go over those goals. But you set 3 goals. And our job is to give you the tools to make those goals. Again, we have to look and see what our strengths are. What are your strengths? Give me some strengths that you have.
Strength.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Wonderful smile. That's a
It's
strength.
a smile.
Okay, that's a strength. Your presence.
Presence, yes.
Okay, you have very good presence. You know, people notice you when you come into the room.
Smile, present.
Okay.
Smile, be present.
Friendly, very friendly.
Friendly.
Okay, now these are strengths.
Communicate.
You communicate well. You're an effective communicator. Those are strengths. Those are the strengths that I want you to hold on to for now. Okay? You made the goals. Just got here. It's going to be a little difficult at first. Learning how to trust. Learning that we are here to serve your best interest. You're going to find that out soon. You're going to make friends. You're going to socialize. You're going to learn new tools. That, I promise you.
I can't.
That, I promise you.
The problem, the other issue is I can't make friends when I'm shunning them.
Okay.
Like, I have
Okay.
to stop.
You have to stop. Isolation is big for me. I cut everybody out when I'm depressed, and that I have to stop.
I got it from my father. I don't want to be him.
Okay, good. That's something to look forward to. That's a goal in a sense. Not just say your father, because it's irrelative who it is.
Another person. I don't want to be another person that shuns people out of their his or her life.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So we have to learn how to be more social. We have to learn acceptance, and we have to learn how to hold on to things that benefits us. You'll learn that. That's what we're here for. We're to teach you that. Okay? Didi! Everybody say hey to Didi.
Hey,
Didi! Come on, Didi. What you got?
Well, I did connect, I have my psychiatrist, my physical doctor through GCB. They have a new phone called Healthcare Connection.
Okay, yeah. I heard that's pretty good.
Yeah, I see Dr. Lucas for that. And she tries to meet up with, or get information from my other doctors, due to my multiple disabilities.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like I'm not being paid attention to. And some of the new case managers think they know everything and that you know nothing, and it's not true. I can tell my case manager what to do and how to do it. But I have a degree in social work and I have worked in the field.
Mm-hmm.
So, but they're not listening to me.
They're not listening. That's a dilemma. To me, that's probably the worst dilemma to have, is to talk and nobody listens. That's difficult. If it was me, I'd jump on the table and start kicking and screaming and hollering. I would. That's just me. Somebody's going to listen to me. My doctors are going to listen to me. I don't care what's going on with them or what's going on with me. I'm E.F. Hutton. When I talk, everybody listens. Okay? In my medical world, everybody listens. I have that. You say what now?
Okay.
All right. Same with you. When you talk, make sure they listen. Didi, make sure they listen to you. Next time you talk, make sure you tell them, you're going to listen to me. You are going to listen and you're going to help me meet my needs. Or we're going to go further with this. We're going to go further than it has to go because you're not giving me what I need. This is what you need. This ain't something you just want. This is something you need. And this is their job, to provide you what they need, what you need. It takes time, but you've been working on this for a while.
I don't have much time left.
I know.
I'm homeless.
Okay, so we have to fix that. This has to be fixed, and it has to be fixed soon. But next time you talk to your case manager, let them know, I'm not satisfied. I'm just not happy with what I'm getting. Now, I don't know exactly what role you're supposed to be playing that you're not playing, but we need to find out exactly what responsibilities is yours, How much of the responsibility have you met? Okay, are you doing me any good? Or are you holding me back? That's how I feel. And that's where I would make my difference known. Okay, it's 12:20, everybody. We talked enough about this. Everybody,
11:20.
11:20. All
I
right.
said 12:20.
11:20, I'm sorry. Well, you know, I'm off a little bit. Okay. Hey, I'm off a little. Okay. One day goal, Larry. Give me a one day goal.
One of them is to listen to music.
Okay. And what is that? Relaxation and leisure and relaxation?
It's just leisure and.
Okay, gotcha. All right, Don. What's a one day goal for you today? Something you can accomplish today. Doesn't have to be anything big. Doesn't have to be you going to play basketball for 2 hours or you're going to lift 150 pounds.
Oh, I could easily do that.
I'm sure you can.
I'm not talking about the other thing. I'm talking about easily
Okay,
playing
yeah.
basketball.
What is this?
Where you at?
What's this? I mean,
Goals.
again, goals, okay.
Okay, I'll come to you and I'll explain to you, okay?
Okay.
All right, so what's your one day goal?
Try and cook something healthy.
Okay, you're going to cook. You cook for yourself, don't you?
Yeah.
Okay.
I have staff that come in and help me.
Okay, absolutely. So you're going to eat healthy today.
Yeah,
Okay, great, great.
when I get home.
Okay, when you get home. Okay, what I ask is for you to think of a one-day goal. This course is based on goals. This course is based on how we achieve goals, that we meet goals. It's necessary to meet a goal. You know what my one-day goal is? My one-day goal is to get into the shower, because that's the hardest thing for me to do.
Oh.
So my one-day goal is to make sure you get in that shower and wash your nasty behind. That's my one-day goal. And I'm going to tell you, and I'm going to be honest with you, it's difficult, especially since I've been going through this. It's difficult to drag myself out of bed, go in the bathroom, turn the water on, and just get in there and just let the water hit me. Once the water hit me, I'm okay. I'm okay. Then I throw a little soap in there, and believe it or not, I'm clean after I'm done. Who knew? But that one-day goal is for me to get into the shower. That's my one-day goal. Now give me a one-day goal that you can do today. Maybe it's introduce yourself. You've done that, so we know you can do that. Maybe, are you going to have lunch with us today?
Yeah.
Okay, have lunch with us today that we absolutely enjoy. And I want you to get to know 2 people. I want you to learn their names.
Okay.
Okay, 2 people, just 2 people.
Just 2.
Just say, hey, my name is, what's your name? Write it down if you have to. So the next time you see them, I want you to be able to call them by their names. Okay? That's a goal. That helps you remember. That helps you to get to know. It has a lot of benefits. Socialization helps you socialize. It makes it easier. Okay? What about you, Dee Dee?
Try to find an apartment to go look at.
Okay. All right. So that's the goal. And we're going to make that your weekly goal, too. Because I think that kind of encompasses. Today we'll do the research. Over the week we'll look. So that kind of encompasses itself. So very good.
Make it through this day.
Make it through this day. That's a goal.
Oh, you took mine.
That's a goal.
One day find my own apartment.
Okay.
Find my own place to live.
Okay.
Who do you live with right now?
My mom.
Okay. Let's not make that a 1 day or 1 week goal, because that's going to take time.
Okay.
Let's make that a 6-month goal. Okay? Goals are what you make them.
Oh, talking
Go-
to people? Okay.
Talking to people, that's a goal. Learn how to be more social.
More social and
Absolutely. Get to know people. It helps you get to know people. It helps you trust. So,
acceptance.
acceptance, absolutely. You gotta learn how to accept people again. That's probably the issue that you're having, is you're not accepting people. Accept them. Let them in.
Coming out.
You know, don't think that you're alone. There's plenty of people that's been through what you've gone through. There's plenty of people. There's plenty of people to talk to about. Okay? Hey, do you love her any less? Absolutely. No one's going to love you any less.
She's still my daughter.
Absolutely.
Coming out.
And that makes you closer to your parents. That makes you closer. Believe it or not, because you have a common interest that you can share with one another. This is something that's bothering you. Isn't it up to our parents to help us get through these things? So, share. Don't be afraid. Okay, who was next?
Me, yeah.
Yeah.
Probably, get an answer for prescribed medication I'm supposed to get picked up.
Mhm.
Trying to the phone, I get a yes for it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. All right. So, all right, Miss Cece.
Well, she took mine. I was gonna say make it through the day.
Okay, that's a goal. Okay. That's a big goal. Yeah, that's a big goal. It's hard for me to make it through some days. I'm getting better now that my medication has changed. I'm feeling a lot better, feeling a lot hopeful. I'm still alone.
Go get a four-legged.
I'm still alone.
You have us.
You're never
I
alone.
want a dog.
You have us.
I have y'all.
Yeah, Jesus.
But I need a girlfriend. I need a girlfriend.
I thought you had one.
I did. She broke my heart.
That's
Oh.
That's why I'm going through what I'm going through.
that's
So I'm going through a breakup. If I hadn't said it,
Keep telling me, don't think I'm alone.
you're not. And I know I'm not alone going through
You're
my
not
breakup. I'm not alone. That's the one thing I do know. And that's the one thing that I'm hopeful of, is the fact I have all y'all to lay my burdens down with. I have my family, which is my primary support system. I have my coworkers. I have Chris. Chris is the best boss I've ever worked for. I absolutely love my boss. I have my doctors. I want everybody to have that support team. Who has a support team? Who has that support team? Do you have that support team?
No.
It's up to you to establish it. It's up to you to find those people and learn how to trust them. That acceptance piece again. You have to accept people again. You have to learn how to trust. It's not easy. And it's not going to happen overnight. It's not going to happen. Trust me. You're not going to wake up tomorrow and be like, okay, I trust everybody. Yay!
No.
That's not going to happen. That's going to take time. But I want you to feel hopeful about that. Let's start off with just hopeful. Okay? And then we'll work our way out. We don't have to start at the top. We don't have to start with, hey, all of y'all are my best friends. Let's meet at my house and let's have a drink.
No.
We don't have to start there.
That works.
That works. For me it does. I'll be at the house having a drink.
Still it'll take some time, but
It's
I'm
going to take some
hopeful.
time. Stay.
I'm hopeful.
That's the first thing we feel. Okay? We're going to work on hopeful. So let's make that your weekly goal. This week, you're going to stay hopeful about everything. You're going to find hope in everything, even some of the things that scare you or that's not in the right, direction that you're in. You're going to find hope in it. So we're going to start with just that one emotion. And then you're going to work your way out. Okay? So within a year, you're going to have all these emotions at your disposal. You're going to have everything to use, to throw at, and combat what the mental illness is. Okay? Having said that, we're out.